Okay, so we're just gonna get started. Bryson's watching Easton right now, so I want to try to get through this before Easton starts needing to go down for bed. Thank you everyone for coming. I really appreciate it. So tonight we're going to be talking about hormones and essential oils, and the reason that I wanted to focus more on the hormone aspect of it. It has just a lot to do with my family history. So I have a family history of thyroidism, infertility issues, anxiety, things like that. And then I don't know if you noticed my beautiful scar I have here, but when I was 24, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer and I had to have half my thyroid removed. Luckily, they were able to get it all out, and I didn't have to get on any medication or anything like that. And thankfully, my levels have been normal ever since without any medication. So that's been really great. But because I only have, half the thyroid working and that family history of thyroidism, I've just been more conscious about how to keep my levels healthy, so that I can be healthy for me and especially for Easton and our family. So this topic was really interesting to me. So hopefully you guys find it interesting as well. Um, Let me just get, so I'm just going to do a brief overview. So the beginning part is going to be a little bit sciencey, but just to kind of give you a basis of what hormones are, how they work in our bodies, and how they can go out of balance. And then we'll talk about essential oils and how they can help regulate things. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so for the hormone systems, we're just going to focus on three of those systems. You have your endocrine, adrenal, and your lymphatic. So your endocrine system is basically your messenger system, and that's what's in charge of regulating all of your major organs. It's in charge of your reproductive system. So it's what helps you be able to conceive and keep the baby throughout the pregnancy. It's in charge of your nervous system. So that's your brain, your nerves, your spine. It's also in charge of your stress. So when you are stressed, that's a lot to do with your endocrine system. And when you are feeling very anxious because your little ones are running around, it's the afternoon, they won't go to bed because they're overtired, and you're surviving off of whatever scraps you had from their breakfast. That is your endocrine system with the anxiety, you surviving on no sleep. So what can happen is your endocrine system gets gunked up from your toxic products that you're consuming. So these could be your candles, it could be your household cleaners, your lotions, things like that. And when that happens, your system isn't able to function properly and regulate those organs. And then you have your adrenal system, and your adrenal system is in charge of regulating your metabolism. And this is the system that helps make and produce your hormones. So when that's not functioning properly, you're not creating those hormones that you need for your body to function well. So the adrenal system also governs your stress. Basically, a lot of the systems help with your stress or are in charge of your stress. You might have heard the term adrenal fatigue. This is when your stress makes you very anxious, puts you in fight or flight mode, and your adrenals are just going, and then they get worn out. They get tapped out, and then they can't function the way that they need to. When this happens, you can experience extreme weight loss or weight gain, pretty serious brain fog, extreme fatigue, irregular periods, hair loss, hair growth in places that you don't want it, painful periods. All these things is not normal. They're not supposed to be happening. So yeah, if you are debilitated because you're in bed, from your periods, that's not normal. If you're having that every period or every ovulation, that's not something that should be happening, especially when you're in your childbearing years. And so it's just good to look at, why is that happening and what could be causing that. And then the third system is your lymphatic system. This system is famously known as the sewage system of the body. I think that sounds kind of gross. So I'm just refer to it as a system that just flushes out everything that your body doesn't need. So it's in charge of flushing out the toxins and the chemicals that you come in contact with. All right. And then for your estrogens, we're just going to talk about 2 estrogens that go into your body. So the one estrogen is estradiol. This is made by your body. This is both good and bad. If you have too much estradiol production in your body, that's when your hormones are wreaking havoc and it's not good. But for the most part, it is good to have estradiol. And then xenoestrogens, these are just all bad. And xenoestrogens are all made from outside the body. So you get xenoestrogens from your makeup products, you get it from your cleaners, you get it from the environment, you get it from all these different things, and they just go into your body. And so this is what can cause you to be estrogen dominant or estrogen toxic is another way to refer to that as. And so what happens when you're estrogen dominant or estrogen toxic is you are getting too much estrogen into your body and it cannot be excreted the way it needs to because your lymphatic system, which we talked about before, which is in charge of flushing out the toxins and chemicals from your body, can't do it because it's clogged up with all the toxic products that you're putting onto your body, your cleaners, your Bath and Body Works lotions, perfumes, Clorox, candles, things like that. These all clog up your system so that you can't get rid of the estrogens that you need to. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about a couple harmful ingredients that we come in contact with. But before I get into that, just don't be too scared when you see the list. I was reading the list and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I need to get rid of everything. But this is definitely not an all or nothing type of a thing. I would just suggest start with one thing at a time that you can switch out and go from there. And not everyone's perfect. I mean, I still bleach my hair because I like the way it looks. So obviously I'm not doing great at getting rid of all the toxins in my life. But just a little bit at a time. And I feel like you would notice a difference. So we've been replacing our cleaners with a more natural cleaner, and I've been able to tell a difference, or more natural remedies and things like that. So just, a little bit at a time, control what you can, and don't get overwhelmed with it. But we'll get right into it. So harmful ingredients. The first one that I'll get into is triclosan. So triclosan, what this is it is a bleaching antibacterial agent. It is normally found in your soaps, your detergents, your toothpaste, things like that. Anything that needs to help clean, you'll normally find triclosan in it, which is great, but it's not great in the way that it can affect your thyroid, your reproductive organs, and your ability to ovulate and create hormones. So there are more natural products out there that you can use in place of the triclosan that won't do those things. And then also, if you want, you can read more research about these things or reach out to me and I can give you the things that I found if you want to learn more about any of these ingredients. The second one is phthalates, and it's spelled kind of interesting. Phthalates, another way of thinking about this is just fragrance. Anything that you find where the ingredients list, it says fragrance, that's a phthalate. So the phthalate is really good at sticking to your skin. It's huge in the soaps, perfume, detergent world. And the reason why phthalates aren't good for you is because they cause hyperactive cell division. So the phthalate itself isn't harmful or dangerous. It's what it does to your cells that's harmful or dangerous. So what happens to your body is when your cells are dividing rapidly like that, that's what causes cancer, which is not a good thing. So that's why you want to try to avoid phthalates as much as you can. So if you just avoid anything that has the word fragrance in it, you should be safe. The third ingredient is one that doesn't really sound like it would be dangerous, but it is called mineral oil. And the reason why mineral oil is dangerous is because it is a skin barrier. So mineral oils are normally found in things like your Aquaphor, some of your body butters, your lotions, your body washes, things like that. And the reason why it's not great is because it makes that barrier and it can clog your pores. And what we talked about before with your lymphatic system is the purpose of your lymphatic system is to excrete toxins and to get them out of your system. So when they're clogged, your pores are clogged up with the mineral oil, your toxins don't really have anywhere to go. So your body was made, your skin's primary function is to excrete these toxins, and it literally can't because there's that barrier. Even though, no one really likes to sweat or anything like that, but your body does need to expel those toxins. And then speaking of sweating, aluminum is another big harmful ingredient that's normally found in your deodorants. And that same thing as the mineral oil, it clogs your pores, and then it also disrupts your estrogen receptors. So because we live in an estrogen dominant or toxic world, and then if you're clogging up those receptors, those estrogens just don't have anywhere to go. Your body doesn't know how to process it. Your body can't get rid of them. And that's what throws all your hormones out of whack. And so a lot of times people will say, I use Clorox and I'm fine. I use bleach and I'm fine. I use Bath and Body Works and I'm fine. This, that, or the other. But then you hear them talk about how they suffer from anxiety. They have adrenal fatigue, chronic headaches, painful periods, brain fog, having trouble conceiving, having a baby, things like that. So it's like, well, not really fine, but okay. So yeah, just look at your ingredients, what you're putting into your body and your environment. And those could be some things that are affecting, your hormones. And there's a list called the Dirty Dozen, which has more of these ingredients. If you want, I can get that out to you. I just didn't want to scare you too much. But these are the major ones that I just wanted to talk about. Alrighty. And then to get into how we can help our hormones when they are imbalanced. So there are a couple of essential oils that are really, really good for this. But the first one I want to start out with is Zendocrine. So Zendocrine is a blend that doTERRA makes. And this is what I would use before you try rebalancing any of your hormones. The purpose of Zendocrine is basically to act as a detox and reset the hormone imbalance. So it fights against those free radicals, those extra estrogens that are going around in your body, to kind of balance out your system so that you can figure out how to get back to a state of homeostasis, essentially. So Zendocrine's a great one. Whisper is another blend that doTERRA has. It's known for balancing your hormones, and it's also a really interesting one. So the Whisper, the smell of it is different on every person because the way it interacts with your body's chemistry and your pheromones, it will create a unique fragrance, which I think is kind of neat. And then the next one is Ylang Ylang or Ylang Ylang. I always pronounce that wrong. But that one is also known to balance your hormones. It will increase your libido. So if you suffer from low libido because of your hormone imbalance, that could also help. And then it will help support adrenal and mental fatigue. So if your body is suffering from always being anxious or stressed, Along is a really good one for that. And then clary sage, this one is my best friend when I'm on my periods. I suffer from really bad periods. I have noticed that it's gotten better as I've been taking supplements and been using more essential oils. But clary sage has also helped a lot. So that will help with any emotional, what's the word? When you're just not able to get, or yeah, not able to balance out your emotions, I guess. But it also helps with cramps. So that's really great. That's what I use it for. I just rub it on my belly and that helps a lot. Let's see, a question in the chat. Do you use one or the other or both or together? So you can use any of these that you want to use. You can use them all together. It wouldn't hurt you to use them all together. But if you can only use one, then that's fine too. But like I said, if you do suffer with your hormones being imbalanced, I would start with the Zendocrine first. So that one would be a must just to kind of reset your system. And then you could use any of these to help balance out your hormones afterwards. And if essential oils aren't really, you're not really into essential oils yet, there are supplements. The one supplement that is great is phytoestrogen. And phytoestrogen, I know we're talking about a lot about estrogens, but estrogens and estrogen dominance and things like that is for both males and females. And so I know we normally talk about estrogens with women, and though even though a lot of these benefits are for women, the men can benefit from them too. So phytoestrogen is a great supplement that doTERRA has, and it helps support your body with the estrogen dominance and deficiency. So it'll help balance all of that out. It helps with endometriosis. It helps with painful menstruation, PMS, and mood swings. So phytoestrogen you can take daily. doTERRA has a whole kit actually, where it has the phytoestrogen. It has a bone complex, which is really good in supporting your bone growth, but also, which is important for women when they go through periods because they lose a lot of calcium. So that's really good. But the bone complex will also boost the effects of the phytoestrogen, which is really cool. And then there is a roller bottle that you would get in that kit, and it's called ClariCalm. So it uses clary sage in it, but it's also a blend of different oils to also help with balancing your emotions, cramps on your periods, things like that. So you can just rub that when you're starting to feel like your period's coming on, or if you are having symptoms, and that'll help a lot. Another thing you can do is to create your own veggie capsule. So what a veggie capsule is just this empty capsule. You can get them really, really cheap at different stores. I don't know if you can get it on Amazon. I'd imagine you could. doTERRA has them. What they are is they're just these empty capsules that you can open up, and then you can put drops of essential oils in them and then take it like that. If you don't like the idea of putting essential oils directly in your mouth, you could put them in a pill form. And so if you want, you could make a veggie capsule of these essential oils to make your own supplement, which could also help with regulating your hormones. So the first one is celery seed. Celery seed is great because it alkalizes the blood. It helps your liver to detox it. Your liver is in charge of part of that lymphatic system of getting rid of all the gunk. And that poor thing is just in overdrive because of everything that we put into our bodies. And then it's also a digestion stimulant. So that's really good. Another essential oil blend that doTERRA has is called DDR Prime. It's for damaged DNA repair. And so what that's going to do is it is going to help support you when you have low progesterone, or if you have low estrogen, or if you have low thyroid issues. That's going to help re-regulate that. And then it is also going to promote healthy response to those free radicals that you have within your body. And then cilantro, I put cilantro and copaiba. So both of them are good for heavy metal detox. But copaiba especially helps with anxious feelings. So if you're someone who feels like you suffer a lot with anxiousness, copaiba is great. I use copaiba all the time just when I can't calm down and when I need to relax, and it's almost instantaneous. So those are all two great options. You could do both if you want, or one or the other. And then the last one is geranium. That one's also good for balancing your hormones. It helps with the regular menstruation cycles, and then also with the adrenal fatigue. So that's going to help you when you're feeling really anxious and stressed out. It'll help calm you down, and ground you. So you would just do, I would say 2 drops of each of these in a veggie capsule, and then you would just take that once a day. I think I already mentioned before, but with the phytoestrogen, same thing, just take that once a day. With the bone supplement, if you want to do that kit, or you can just do the phytoestrogen. If I were to just do one type of supplement, I think I would just do the phytoestrogen, just because it is really good at covering all your bases. Okay, and then that's everything I have as far as the hormones and the essential oils. Like I said before, doTERRA has a lot of great blends and supplements and things like that. So if you are interested and want to get your hands on some, you can just reach out to me, and I can help you with that. When you buy anything from doTERRA, you can become a wholesale customer for free with any purchase. There is no minimum purchase. So you could even get, I'm trying to think what the cheapest oil we have. I think it's like $12 for a citrus oil or something like that. You could literally buy that and then you would become a wholesale customer. And you would get, what the wholesale customer thing is, it's like a Costco card where you just get wholesale price on all their goods. So you would get 25% off of all their products. There is no monthly commitment. You do not have to buy a whole bunch of essential oils each month to keep your membership or anything like that. You can do a monthly order if you want to, but it's only if you want to. So you're not required. There's no strings attached. You can cancel your membership anytime. All it is a way for you to get products at 25% off, which is really great. Let me see. Oh, you are welcome. Thank you. It was really informative. And then when you become a wholesale customer, the perks of joining the community is you would join my community. And I would give you diffuser, roller guides regularly, so you know how to use the oils, the supplements, anything you get. I would look at what you got and give you things tailored to what you are wanting them for. You would have 24/7 access to me for help. So if you needed any help with your oils, or you have a fever, or you're stressed out and you don't know what to take or whatever like that, you would just reach out to me and then I could help you out. And then video podcasts, kind of like this one, or just little mini videos talking about different tips and things you can use for the oils, and different things like that. And then also giveaways and promotions. So every month I'm doing a giveaway. So you would get free oils, diffusers, travel kits, things like that. So you get a chance to win those. And then doTERRA does a lot of promotions as well. But yeah, that's everything I have for you guys. So thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Let me stop sharing my screen. All right. So if you have any questions, just reach out to me. If you wanted to get any of the information from sorry, brain fog, from any of the stuff I talked about, just reach out to me and I'll get that out to you. But yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Bye.